So guys, big news happening, big news jumping off in Mali. The Mali leaders just arrested the CEO of the second biggest gold mine in the world, which is the Australian Resolute gold mining company. That's a picture of the CEO. He was arrested, he and two of his executives in Mali like a week ago. How did this come about? Because what? There was alleged there's talks that they were arrested for accused of forging this destroying property and forgery, which means they have forged some documents. And then not only that, they also was on the hook of 160 million in back taxes because the Mali government had put an audit on all these companies and get to find out they owe over 160 million in back taxes, and the government is saying it must be paid. And also, Barrick's Gold is another one that owes 84 million in back taxes. But let me talk about Australia and the Australian Resolute Gold Mining Company first, and then we're going to talk about Barrick's after. So, the CEO flew in with two of his executives to Bamako, which is the capital of Mali. And after the meeting, the junta leader arrested all three of them. But it's reported that they're not harmed, they are okay, they are safe. That's what the news came out about them. But also, when the news of them being arrested hit the international news, look at a picture there. Look at that picture. That's a picture of the stock. The stock fell almost immediately. Look at that deep dive, and they lose almost over a little over $500 million they lost in one day, from the stocks by the announcement of this um the CEO being arrested, or because of what? They are most likely when they maybe they try to bully. This is my thought. They try to bully the junta leaders, which is a big mistake. Or they try to bribe them with money. And the junta leaders cannot be bribed, or cannot be bought because these guys put love of country and after their citizens over all else. They don't have no financial gain. They're not looking for financial gain actually. They cannot they're not looking to enrich themselves. They're looking to enrich their people and to have their sovereignty in their countries stand to the test of times and make sure they have the AES alliance on the same level. So these guys is not playing because again they ordered an audit into the company and they found out okay they owe 160 million, we need our money. And they're also talking about revoking their mining permit if they don't have if they don't renegotiate because their mining permit expires in 2026. So what they are saying is if we don't renegotiate and have favorable terms for us, because right now Resolute owns 80% of the mine. 80% the government is getting 20%, Resolute is getting 80% of everything. So the government is saying that's unfair. You cannot own 80% of our country resources and we're getting 20%. So hence the reason for the renegotiation. But again, these multinational companies tend to think as if they run everything. So the junta leaders are letting them know, hey, step back. Where is our resources, our country? You cannot come and dictate to us what to do. Hence the reason why they arrested them. So let's dive into what happened to the Barracks now. So the Barracks Gold Company, who also owes 84 million, CEO heard of this, and now they are currently in renegotiation of better economical growth for the country and for shares to be transferred or to be rebought and goes into the hands of the leaders of Mali. And they actually in the I think this is one of the reasons why the Barracks Gold mining company is currently in talks and there is no we don't know what's going on because I think they are operating a matter like a fear because they know that they cannot buy their way out of it. And the leaders also stated that the Barrick's Gold Company went back on the deal to pay the 84 million. They did not follow through on their promise. So we will see what's going to happen to the Barrick's Gold Company CEO and if they're going to get their license renewed, their permit renewed to mine in Mali. So back to Resolute. They lost I think between 550 million to 884 million. That's what this is being estimated to be lost, almost $1 billion. So you can imagine that you rather lose a $500 million to $1 billion in one day. If it does, all you have to do was just pay your taxes, $164 million, $164 million that was expected for it to be paid. If you had paid that, you would lose a $500 million. So you end up losing almost um 350,000, 350 million. That's on the lower end. On the high end, because they say it's valued is like 35% of the stock lost, which represents between 550 million to 840 million, 884 million. So that's the what we're working with. So that's the amount of money they think they might last in just one day. As I said, that's a picture of a stock again. I'm showing it to you again. You see that deep dive? That shows that's a drastic drop. They haven't lost this much money in since 2008 has been reported. That's what I read somewhere about this company. So I hope they learn a lesson. In Burkina Faso, already take back two of the mines from Barrick's Gold, and they also still in the Burkina Faso government is also in talks of revoking permits, mining permits from a lot of these multinational companies, as what Mali is doing, which is great news because then they got more control of this in the hands of the people, and then it will help to grow our economy. And we have to depend on multinationals to be taking billions and billions of dollars annually out of the country while the country get couple change in taxes, which they are not even paying and foraging and lying about because if it wasn't for the order into these companies, we would not know all this money was owed. So shout out to the junta leaders for standing their ground against these bullies of the West, which no longer is in effect because these are soldiers, these are true leaders, these are men of men. These guys stand tall above everyone else. Anyway, and it's also shine a light on the other leaders in other African countries to show them that hey, you guys are being taken advantage of, and if you don't stand up for yourself, it will continue to happen. So anyway, let me know what you think about this of the Mali government arresting the CEO of Resolute because of forgery, lack of paying their taxes 164 million, and damage of property. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Boom.